the reason that we thought that this was important enough to try to write about has to do with several different things. Fundamentally, it has to do with the deep respect and appreciation we have for the truths we think that Gestalt stands for and gives expression to, and that many of those truths have in a way been too diffuse or not clearly expressed and understood in a more theoretical sense. And I mean, this has, its historical roots, why this is true. We thought that it really was necessary and would be appreciated potentially for many people, that to try to go into depth about some of the fundamental theoretical underpinnings of Gestalt therapy. And so that was the one of the big motivations. At the same time, we got into, in a more in-depth way, Ken Wilbers' theories, and particularly thought it was useful to use his quadrant theory to try to put more of a clear theoretical structure around what in Gestalt is called field theory, and is a fundamental aspect of Gestalt. But it's been sort of floating and in this a little bit new agey way of understanding that everything's included, and we're all interconnected, and all these things are obviously true, but to really understand in a more specific way, and in a way that would be able to more clearly be used in a clinical setting, was what we thought was really interesting. So the combination of trying to give a better understanding of some of the theoretical underpinnings of Gestalt, and providing a greater sense of clarity, and at the same time incorporating the field theory structure that Ken Wilber provided by the quadrant model. In Integrative Gestalt Practice, we talk about that there are these three fundamental aspects of understanding human behavior and working with human behavior from this perspective, and that is the field that we're part of, and that each of us are an organism within this field, and then there's a continuous interaction going on both within the organism and between the organism and the field it is part of. And all three aspects are always present in everyone's life. And so this is, again, a deeply satisfying aspect of working with Gestalt, using Gestalt as a foundation for work, is that you're continuously resting on this reality that we're all a part of. When we as clinicians are working in that setting, then we talk about, as Gestalt therapists, working on contact, working on awareness, and using experiment as a tool in heightening contact and heightening awareness, with the belief that the awareness and the contact is going to present the opportunity for greater choice. It's something that, just like the fundamental aspects in Gestalt are reflections, ways of understanding aspects of reality, so also is the quadrant model a way of understanding different aspects of reality.
Mm-hmm.
Combining the two,
Mm-hmm.
we think, is really valuable.
Yeah. So when we're sitting here, I have my interior thoughts, feelings, understanding of what's going on. I have my gestures, my body, my and there's this objective exterior,
yes,
plural perspective, two people sitting here, and there's this experience of a meaning about what we are doing right now, talking about integrative Gestalt practice.
And all four of those perspectives play a crucial part and are always present, and therefore need to be included in any real interaction that's going to produce change or development.
There's another differentiation in which is about looking at and looking as.
Mm-hmm.
So when I, from my perspective, are in these four quadrants, I'm in a looking as perspective. And when I'm looking at you, I'm seeing you in a looking at perspective.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And one can say the clinician's job is to be able to differentiate when the clinician is doing which, and being able to have these models not as something that you're just like any other model. The idea is to incorporate it into your style, your way of being the clinician you are. That by having these incorporated, then it's becomes more automatic, more clear, easier to be able to have the differentiation about when am I looking at the client system, and when am I sensing from the inside of the client system what it's like to be that system, what it's like to be that person. And being able to differentiate between those two is obviously a necessary quality. This is a theoretical tool that one can learn, and it can be it can assist in that process.
Seeing yourself not just from the inside but also from the outside, and trying to see the client from the inside, not just from the outside, and being aware of the shifts in these perspectives.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, this is one of the big problems for any clinician, is being able to have a clear differentiation. What's me? What's my client? What's my client system? What is it I'm feeling or sensing now? And that this looking as or looking at way of understanding, together with the quadrant model, we think is a really excellent tool for a helping tool for clinicians.